Howdy there, folks and cowpokes. So, shortly we'll be starting up on Hades 2, unsurprisingly. So, yeah, I'm just, gonna see if anyone drops in. To the chat before we hop into that. But yeah, I'm not surprised if some people would prefer to wait and play it first themselves. You know, that's how I was before jumping into this, so I have tried to know as little about this as possible, though I have increasingly become more and more obsessed with the knowledge that I would be playing it today. So, yeah. Before we go on, though, I will say a special thanks to Dan, and yeah, we'll hop into Hades 2. Okay, just making sure that everything's good with that. I will be trying to not talk too much, because I don't want to talk over the voice acting, which is almost assuredly going to be fantastic. So if you want, like, bantering, you know, I am not going to be doing that. I do have a controller, though, so I'll be using that since it's recommended. And yeah, we'll jump into Hades 2. I will not be talking so much outside of, you know, little pauses to check in on chat. But otherwise, we'll just jump right in.
Few tales are told of Hades, whose reign as grim lord of the dead came to a sudden end when all at once his past caught up with him. But gods do not go quietly, and history repeats. So this tale was only a matter of time.
Death to Kronos. Vengeance for my family. Lost souls. I'll make the Titan pay. No. It's him. Just a spell. It's just another spell. 10 words. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Greetings from Olympus and well met there, Sunshine. Look, we can't get to the Titan, but if you truly mean to stop him, then the least I can do is light your way down.
They need my aid. We'll see if I need theirs. Be gone. still. For me. Can't recover here. Need to press on.
Also, hi. Hey, Lucy. I'm not checking the chat a whole lot, but I will be occasionally, so yeah.
Spindles. Centaur heart. Where to go? A root stalker. Got to move. No! Return to shadow now!
As you can see, I'm playing immaculately.
Oh. Back already. Damn it. This old unfinished painting. Don't look away. Don't forget all that the Titan took from you.
Who dares disturb my eternal rest? You trifle with powers far beyond your comprehension, witch. Speak!
That was pretty decent, right, Mel? Maybe pushing it. Okay if I call you witch like that?
Which worked for me in context. And a solid haunting all in all, Dora. But I'd better run. Something I have to do.
Then be gone.
Stand tall and show no weakness.
Come here. Time forced our hand, Melinoy. Nary soul expected you to slay our enemy last night, on a new moon, no less. But you accomplished something of great import.
I lack such forgiveness for my failure, Headmistress Hecate. The Titan yet lives, and Olympus yet burns, while I'm back where I started. What is it I accomplished?
You're here to speak of it. Recovered in body, if not in spirit. You've not failed, merely begun. Thus may you learn, grow stronger, and complete your task. Death to Kronos.
Death to Kronos.
Hail. Tell me you killed the bastard. Drove your staff into his wretched skull, slid a dagger in his gut. Not that he'd die from that. Works on mortals, though.
I've nothing to report, Odysseus. Not yet.
Well, you'll get him next time, I reckon.
My altar. Headmistress lent me the arcana. The sorceress. The wayward son. That'll do.
Disciples, attention! Allay your fears. She has returned. A battle lost. But this is war, young one, and you have many battles yet to come. The only question is, are you prepared to win? I'm not so sure here, so let's see you give me 20!
Commander Skelemius, sir.
Disciples, marching line. Yemen snares. Alright, that's enough. Unless you want to keep going. I shall return.
Forgive me, sir.
You see?
The arms of night are now at my disposal. Or shall be, soon enough. Much more than just this staff bathing in there. Find the Titan, slay the Titan. The Sigil of Frost. Headmistress told me so much about you, and now at last we meet. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
You look just like your mother. I'll not lose her again. I shall freeze hell in its entirety if that is what it takes to get her back. You'll help me, won't you, granddaughter?
Grandmother. All of you gather round. Suffer no more.
Within mist-shrouded labyrinthine Erebus lie countless souls of the dead, awaiting judgment that shall never come.
They'll be judged soon enough. I lack the tools for this. Fire goddess never got involved. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Well, look at you, hot stuff. Come to help the elderly. Oh, what a good girl you are. And here I was, just about to burn this whole blasted place to the ground myself. Now, here's a little warm-up for ya.
Burns. Of the dead. They're slowing down. A soul tonic. Where to? Need to recharge. Always need bones, just not precisely now. Last one. Soul tonic. Farther than last time. All laid to rest.
The underworld of Hades holds more than the souls of the dead. Riches beyond imagination. Even the remains of the deathless titans.
They'll end up back where they belong. father's brothers, aren't you? Then help him. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Long-lost niece, you live! We thought you met the same fate as your father, and your mother, and your brother. Oh. Well, how about we turn the tide and exact terrible revenge for poor old Hades and his kin?
May all our enemies drown. Good. Headmistress.
There she is. Welcome to the edge of Erebus. Well done, Milinoe.
Thank you, Headmistress Hecate. I could not have reached this point without your guidance.
And in turn, you shall not pass this point without a demonstration of your capability.
My capability? You'd have us face each other here, even though my task has already begun.
Your training shall never be complete. And I would know if you stand any chance at all against our enemy. Crossed flames awaken. HADES yet.
Oh, she's strong.
Who dares?
Hail, Spirit.
You invoke me? A scourge upon your bloodline for resummoning me, witch!
Hey, everything okay there, Mel?
Oh, yes, Dora. It's just... I should have gone farther that time. I'll give more notes on your haunting later, all right?
Oh, sure.
The cauldron's ready for me now. Last night I dreamt of this. I'm ready. By blood and darkness, let my will be done.
There.
Broker, welcome to the Crossroads. Dark of chaos, light of moon, heed now my will.
So mote it be.
The Crossroads, that haven hidden twixt the surface and the underworld, conceals those still loyal to Lord Hades, rightful ruler of the dead.
Together we'll retake my father's realm. Hail, Broker. Be well.
After ever-scheming Kronos claimed the House of Hades, shades of the dead residing there, all scattered to the ends of the earth.
You shades are welcome here and safe.
At least our cauldron's finally purified, praise the fates. Speaking of which, are you as yet considering an invocation to them? I have my doubts that they would listen even now.
If there's any chance the three fates shall aid us, I'll take it. Thank you for preparing things for me. Though I'm well short of freshly picked reagents still.
I'd offer such reagents if I could, but as you venture past this glade, look carefully along your path and you shall find them. Fates willing.
Yes, Headmistress.
Tough times. Already hit a wall. Knocked your scrawny ass all the way back here. It's insane that she's sending you out on foot, all on your own.
Your skepticism's duly noted. Odysseus out checking on reports. We'll find a way to wake you, O sleep. I promise. The altar of ashes. The Titan. The Furies. Ready for more. There's something new here. The Crescent Pick. Reveal to me the bounties of the earth.
A trusty tool indeed. Ah, there she is again at last.
Death to Kronos, Commander.
Yeah.
The Crossroads training grounds are watched over by fearless seafarer Skelemius, famed in death as he was famed in life.
We cannot fail with such a genius on our side.
Being a shadowy denizen of the underworld comes with certain perks, young one. Take, for instance, how, when you dash, nothing can touch you.
We are the unseen, at one with the darkness and the dead. I can evade anything, yes, but only for a moment, and even then, I can't prevail by dodging all night long.
Yeah, I'd do it all the time if I was you. See the little trail when you dash? Once it snaps back, You're good to go again.
The shadow follows.
Goddess?
I lied.
The good witch put you to the test out there, did she? Quite an intensive teaching style, I always thought. She expects a lot from you, but that's just what happens when you've such potential.
Then she must be disappointed with my results, although she's careful not to show it. Same as you, Odysseus.
Come, I know how dispiriting it is to chart one's course only to lose one's way. We rarely...
As long as we get there at all.
Oops. I did not mean to cut him off there.
Just checking up on you. I've need of that. Death to Kronos, sir.
Oh, don't I wish.
Ugh, these blasted wards.
Cease messing with that thing.
Here we go. The heart sigil. There's some raw silver I can use. Doubtless this one knows hatred, not just love. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Why, hello, gorgeous. You look like you can break some hearts even without my aid. Oh, your brother would be so proud, knowing you're fighting for your kin.
I've much to learn from her, I think.
Near all of the near-endless pathways and suffocating Erebus lead to dead ends, and very scarce are those who can navigate them.
Took only my entire life to figure out. Now.
so soft, divine. I spin my threads.
Molly.
Oh! What are you doing here? Besides tramping all over my webs, that is. Oh, it's nothing, silly. I can always make more perfectly good silk. I can't always see you.
Hi, Arachne. Sorry about all this. I think we'll soon be seeing more of one another now. My task has begun.
Truly. Why then, I'll get out of your hair. You have to go. But first, you have to try on one of these. And don't worry about any wear and tear. I've plenty more in stock. Do you like it?
Got it.
A perfect fit. Fine work there. To your success.
This one again. Do it. Hades. Wow.
The ever-restless shades of Erebus find little peace there, save for the prickly embrace of the gnarled branches of those writhing woods.
Am I fighting the spirits or the woods? bladeless hammer. My staff. Hear me, on my authority. My heart.
Greetings, witch. Our enemy's strength even exceeds my own. We're both titans, yes, Kronos and I, but he is my elder, as I am yours. What say you?
Oh, hi there, Evan. Yeah, definitely, I'm not strong enough to, wait until 1.0, so... yeah.
His age doesn't mean anything to me. The old are seldom wise, and often weak. And he did not study under you, headmistress. Only I have.
Just so. He is an arrogant old fool. The impression of wisdom comes with age more than the real thing. Remember that. Now the crossed blades! Three against one.
My silk.
Divide and strike. Like that. Arise, sisters.
Fall back to dust.
Face all of me. Follow through. We are as one.
Counteract me.
Good. A hex upon you. Fall back.
I did not see
Fought
that.
more fiercely than last time, at least.
How long has it been? 3, 2, 1.
It is the dead of night within a haunted, barely moonlit thicket at the underworld's edge. There, a young forsaken princess hunts her prey.
Ready or not, hence I go.
The keen-eyed princess finds a set of tracks, suggesting that her foe trod through this dusty ground not very long before.
Shush, Homer. How shall I ever catch her if you're going to describe my every move?
I've no idea to whom you refer, to whom the Princess of the Dead refers, as she continues on her fateful search.
Quit teasing me and help me look.
You'll find her yet.
Odysseus, have you seen Hecate about?
Not in a little while, little goddess. Though I'd expect that pointy hat of hers to give her away.
I'll look for it. Thank you.
Well, she's got to be around here somewhere, little goddess.
Got you, Hecate. You're dead.
Got me, you did, Millennium. But I dare say I can escape your clutches yet.
Hey! Hi, Shades. Is Hecate about? Huh. Not seen her, huh? Over there. There you are. Got you again.
Ah, so persistent. Give up already, witch. For I'm a titaness. You cannot vanquish me.
I can and shall. Aha. I got you. Hecate? What's the matter?
It's merely that I've not heard your laughter before. Reminded me of your mother. A much preferable sound to that of grief.
I promise not to cry again. I still get sad sometimes, but not as much.
Do not make promises you cannot keep. When tears well up, let them spill forth. They're not so precious that they need be contained.
But you never cry, Hecate. And I wish to become strong like you, so that I might find Kronos and destroy him for what he's done. And then you could hear my mother's laugh again.
And I shall do everything in my power to prepare you, so that you may succeed where I failed. If not for your family's sake, then for your birthright, as the princess of the underworld.
What do you mean you failed? You tried to beat Kronos yourself? He hurt you?
Concern yourself with your own pain, not mine. Destroying Kronos shall not change the past, and the pain shall linger, though assert itself less frequently with age. But enough of this. On the morrow, we shall teach you to hunt greater prey.
Truly? Death to Kronos.
So what's up?
Moonlight guide us and all.
Terror engulf us.
Ever think maybe we're just not cut out for this, Mel? Me with the haunting, you with the... What are you trying to do again?
Find the Titan of Time. Punish him for his crimes against my family. Restore the rightful ruler of the underworld. Hey, you're cut out for haunting, Dora.
Oh, thanks. Just like I'm sure you're cut out for all that other stuff.
Where are you, Headmistress? Must be an incantation that can help. Let's begin. O daughters of night, who can see all tomorrows, please help me avenge both our families' sorrows. Nothing. They didn't listen. This should help. Hear me, Selene, if if you so desire. Aid me in finding that which I require. So mote it be. Farewell.
Again. They're not going to help you, you know. The Fates, I mean. They don't take pity on whoever asks. If anything, you'll make things even worse.
Maybe you just don't give your sisters enough credit. If they once aided my brother, then there has to be a chance they'll aid us. They have a stake in this too.
What, you mean their family? They couldn't care less. Too busy messing with everybody's lives, making it look like an accident.
You mustn't speak of them that way.
Something's... We've multiple reports the armies of Kronos are massing on the surface up there, and not yet caught wind of your efforts. At least you aren't contending with them, eh?
My route through the underworld is fraught in its own right, but yes, it's comforting to know that army of traitors remains ignorant of me.
There's not a downward route that's more discreet. Those thorny chaps in the woods, they've no love for Kronos either, at least.
I'll get past them. Hi, gang. Headmistress must have some important tasks for you. Hail, Shades. Our fight is just getting started. I have this. Eternity. Ready. What is my path? The Silver Pool. Join with me. Lim and Oros, sister blades. We're fellow sisters now.
A fitting armament.
Commander.
One. Don't get stung by bees. Over here. Must go. But can you vanquish me again?
May moonlight guide you.
Same to you.
Death to Kronos. I'll see to that. No one is more prepared. Beyond the mists of Erebus, there should be a way down. Too risky heading through Elysium, and too risky to stay. All right, it's time. Ready or not, hence I go. I'll get you, Kronos.
Kronos is up to something, but not even Athena knows what. His assaults on Olympus always fail, even if they've kept us occupied. What's his next move?
Not moonlight, that's for sure. Let's head this way this time. be the last of them. You dare? Not a chance. All right. Olympus.
I was certain you were gone. Scarce born, only to be taken by Kronos, along with my daughter and those nearest her. But the Witch of the Crossroads got you out of there, did she? How could she not send word?
Cool and brisk. Let's go then. Olympus I accept this message.
Finally tracked you down.
I know that voice.
Here, catch up.
Nice shot. Marked one for me, did you?
That ought to do it.
Good evening.
It's been too long, sister. Look at you on your great hunt. Not ideal circumstances, but you've finally begun. Know that the family has your back, surprised as they are about this.
No shortage lately of surprises on Olympus or below. It's good to see you, Artemis, but I must be off. Time's against us and all that.
Time's an old fool, too busy besieging the mountain of the gods to sense the threat headed his way. Go get him. My blessings. My blessing is yours. Go find your mark.
Good hunting. Look at that breathing. I'm in your debt, Lord Charon. These provisions surely shall make all the difference in my task. What gold I find is yours.
The boatman Charon, one-time steward of the dead, now sculls the rivers of the underworld in aid of those who yet resist the Titan Lord.
What would we do without him? Until we meet again. My reagent sensing incantation took effect. Good evening, boatman.
There you are.
I'll get him, Headmistress. I swear it. All that you've taught, I'll bring to bear. And no matter the obstacles that stand in the way, Kronos shall fall by my hand.
I require no convincing, Malinoe, although perhaps you do. However much I've taught, what's important is you're a capable student.
I have to be more than that.
Look now upon the moon. Night bloom. Triple divide. Beware. Well done. More beasts to go around. Let's see you evade this. Top form. You fought with diligence and with ferocity, but surely there is more for you to learn beyond this threshold.
I look forward to it, Headmistress. What about you? Can you not join me?
No, I dare not stray too far from our abode. Continue now your task. I shall await your safe return.
Thank you, Headmistress. Cinder.
She trained relentlessly for this.
The pathway's down. Beginning descent. That singing. Lurkers. A palm of power. These still grow in the underworld. I'm getting farther. Shellbacks.
Gorgeous, I can barely see you anymore. And what a shame that is for me. Although, where are you anyway? Caught somewhere underneath the sea itself? Your father's realm is very vast indeed.
That's a feeling there. Going in. You ought to have stayed below. In the name of Hades. Oh.
That which slithers, seeps, and crawls, all of it thrives within the foul air and crushing climate near the bottom of the sea.
The air is definitely stuffier down here. Predictable. In the name of Hades.
you at last. Princess of the Underworld, I regret having to contact you at such a time. It's not my custom to intervene during moments of doom, only to observe.
Moments of doom. You're Lord Moros, emissary of the Three Fates. So your sisters heard me after all.
They expected me to find you, for there's something they intend for you to have. Wherever you're going, look for it when you arrive. I'm uncertain if we'll meet again. Farewell. It's been an honor.
Wait. He's gone.
The modestly appointed tent of fierce Princess Melenui nonetheless is dutifully organized and immaculately clean.
I won't live in squalor.
What's going on?
Dora, couldn't help but notice that my jar collection wasn't sorted properly. I would never store fungus with herbs. Are you trying to subtly drive me mad?
No. Although now that you put it that way, maybe in the future, yes. I was working on minor possessions and your mushroom bottle kind of slipped. So I put it back.
You put it incorrectly back. Just tell me of such things next time, would you?
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
Rise and shine.
The arms of night seek something more from me. Headmistress, if I may, by moonlight and the dust of ancient bone, awaken in this cauldron the unknown.
Interesting.
Our cauldron. Great tree of life, please listen to my thoughts.
So mote it be.
Nightshade seeds. By light of moon, together let us shape reality.
Your intent was true.
Broker, you've expanded your shop. Could make a lovely gift. Take care then.
The fates indulged you after all. That is their scroll beside your tent. It followed you out of the shadows. Perhaps it can provide some answers.
Would that it does. The fated list has tasked me with ensuring certain minor prophecies are fulfilled, though says little else as yet.
May it reward your efforts at least. But do not expect the fates to always favor you. The bane of our enemy is not necessarily our friend.
We'll have to take our chances. Odysseus on leave. You'll flourish here. Ashes of the past. The unseen. I lack the grasp for this. I can do this. What secrets lie within?
And that concludes our lesson for today. At ease. There's something up with those nocturnal arms of yours. A certain aura that's surrounding one of them. The grave thirst.
A relatively simple incantation. I expected there was more to the connection between Knight's weapons and the dead. No wonder you can see it too.
Come now. Not like I need eyes on the back of my cranium. but I can feel it in my bones. Want more bones yourself, just use a weapon with the thirst.
Whenever possible.
You have this.
The good witch there noted you were able to vanquish her in a full-on contest. Impressive stuff. You get much farther?
I did. Down to the chambers near the bottom of the sea. Strange music echoing all through the place. I wasn't prepared.
Strange music, huh? Reminds me of when... Oh, I'll spare the tales for another time. You've enough on your mind, I can tell.
All clear. Can't believe sucking up to the fates actually worked. That big scroll over there, that's really from them.
Personally delivered by Lord Moros, no less. He seemed a little pressed for time, so we didn't get to talk much. Are the two of you close?
We're children of Nyx. None of us are close. But we crossed paths. When certain mortals get what they deserve, it involves us both.
I can only imagine.
The darkly splendorous Malinoe attends a certain thicket of the crossroads whenever she requires time to think and plan.
Time is against us. Is that? This is from the Three Fates. Prophecy fulfilled. Another prophecy fulfilled. The river's overflowed back there. I was born for this. The lightning sigil. The king of the gods must have his hands full recently. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Ah, young lady, so we meet at last. Emerged from all that gloom to help us settle an old score. If you possess your father's strength, then we have the advantage. Let us strike.
Lord Hunkle's Titan-killing strength. It's a death cap. Area clear. A gift. Fine work as always. That gloom, a shadow spiller.
Was the second-born of Hades and his queen, I said. Wait, ooh, so then they had a girl. The Titan must have struck your father's house right after you were born.
A wave of power.
Such deep, impenetrable gloom surrounds the underworld princess that not even her infernal eye can easily discern what horrors lie therein.
If I can't see into the shadows, I'll cut through.
Also, Dan, I just saw your comment in the chat. It's fucking amazing. Like, I don't want to start making comparisons, especially considering we're not even at the full release. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, this is Hades but better, but like, oh my, or worse, or anything like that. I kind of just want to, like, comment on it as itself, which, God, it still is fucking gorgeous, the music's still amazing. Like, everything that was true about Hades 1 is still true. Like, the voice acting, the combat. I love that it stands on its own as a game. It doesn't feel like, you know, an iterative... Well, to an extent it is an iterative sequel. It's like refining on the things that were in Hades 1. But it doesn't feel like one. It feels like way more like the narrative is, you know, It's not just Hades again. You're not trying to kill your dad, you're trying to kill your, like, grandpa. So, completely different. Not at all alike.
Silken finery, so soft, divine. Oh, welcome.
Arachne, the outfit you wove for me was so beautiful. I'm sorry to say I got into a bit of a scrape or two, and I'm afraid it didn't survive.
Oh, that's quite all right, silly. It wasn't made to last. What is? It was made to be in the moment with you. Now here, I've plenty more. Well, what do you think?
Thanks, Arachne. She says this is okay.
I'll be right here, all right?
I met one of your brothers, Lord Charon. It was Moros. He delivered to me a certain artifact, but then was gone. Do you know of the fated list? It's been in my family's care before. So, what of Moros? Where could he have gone in all of this? Perhaps I can locate him again. Now for the last one. The final reinforcements. Some nectar. It's Charon.
Ahead, the underworld princess shall again confront the one who raised her and taught to her the means by which she may prevail.
There's always more to learn. I can do this.
Prompt as ever. A flash of silver, limb and auros. So, the sister blades have veiled themselves, do you? The other nocturnal arms shall follow their lead, I expect.
Nyx entrusted them to you to safeguard the realm as a last resort. But this cannot possibly be how they were meant to be used.
And why ever not? To safeguard the realm, you shall have to clear a wide variety of obstacles standing in your way. I am but one.
Crossed flames burn.
Total eclipse. Press the attack.
I don't think so.
You withstood that. Join me, sisters. Total eclipse. We are as one. Enough. I yield. Just when I thought I had you, you seized control of the fight. Well fought. Return to Shadow now.
I passed the test.
Is that?
A word, if you please. Pray, who might you be, my girl? And what compelled you to wander in and out of Erebus?
I'm not your girl, old man. My name and business are not your concern.
So it seems. You appear to be quite pressed for time. Forgive this old man his transgressions.
Couldn't have been. That song again. Countless dead ends, one way through. Pinheads. Stay where you are.
the mortal blood's to blame. And so am I, for having fallen into love with a mere farm boy once.
Some limestone. Those spots again. Olympus, I accept this message. Surging on. Return to Shadow now. Phrynos, you there?
There you are.
Dora, don't you pay any attention to what's been happening out there? The rise of the Titan of Time, the siege of Olympus?
Nope. Can't say any of that rings a bell. Olympus, that's where the family members you don't like live, right? And the Titan of Time, I get that he's bad, but he's never done anything to me personally, as far as I know, so.
This entire encampment exists to resist his efforts to overthrow the gods and rule the world?
Well then, maybe I should thank him, because I happen to like this encampment.
Oh, shush.
The last wheel of the three fates, those reclusive determiners of all that is to come, is now under the Princess of the Underworld's care.
With their aid, we may have a chance.
Regained your strength, I see.
I've had these in my head for long enough. Domnoski Traxon.
You have it.
The fated list of minor prophecies. A prophecy concerning doom. I have to find Lord Moros once again and call him here. Broker? I'll take it.
You have gone far, Malinois, and you bested me. Gave me quite a scrape at that. There is much left to be done, but you are learning.
Thank you, Headmistress. Although I know that I could not have bested you had you held nothing back.
You know? Why do you self-impose such limits on your capability? Alter your thoughts. I shall see you again out there.
Yes, Headmistress. Where'd Nemesis go?
Goddess.
Be well,
And you, Malinois.
Headmistress, if it isn't inappropriate, I have a little gift, seeing as your personal supply ran out a while back.
Ah, the hounds shall lap this stuff right up, I think. I shall safeguard it for them as a treat. And why don't you hold on to this in kind?
Your silver wheel. I can have this?
Nemesis has been in an especially foul mood of late. Anything I should know about?
I was going to ask you the same. She sought my task, but that's nothing new. Though she's been clashing with Headmistress more and more.
Shame it's been this way. Personally, I'd rather have divine retribution with me than against. I reckon you can't just smooth things over with her, can you?
I have my doubts. Moonlight guide us. How fare my favorite hound and polecat friends? Which cards reflect my path? Concentrate. I'll keep this in mind. Full bloom. My keepsakes.
Behold that heirloom storage case over there.
The silver wheel. Much deeper than it looks. All right. Zorafet, the Moonstone Axe. You can split anything apart.
Bear it with honor. That cuts straight to the bone.
I'll get through all that gloom somehow. Once more, then. Moonlight. She's deviated from her path. Great Titaness, the Eye of Night, I draw you down. Lend me your might.
Good evening to you, little star. Our cycles now are intertwined, as I no longer can afford merely to watch. Whichever threat we face, I vow to shine for you. Behold my light. Twilight curse.
Together we shine.
Together we shine.
Looks like a new path out.
be overthrown by his own kin. We've done it before, and we're going to do it again. Your assistance in the matter is appreciated.
The might of the heavens.
We spoke with your grim father, niece. He never was the most sociable sort. When we stopped hearing from him, we figured he was simply in one of his moods, not in the clutches of Kronos.
Adequate. Shadow Spiller. Rage must have felt.
When Artemis first told me your tale, I figured it was just one of her pranks. Taking on the Titan yourself, come on. But it did sound like something a vengeful child of Hades might attempt.
Arachne's fineries.
The intricately woven spider silk ensconcing the environs of one gloom-filled recess within Erebus rivals in quality even the weavings of the gods themselves.
Arachne knows her stuff.
Got some cocoons for you. My friend, and with such a long journey still ahead. Though don't you fret, my silk will make you feel as good as new.
Be well, all right?
silk cocoons.
I see something for you.
Could make a run for it. Excuse me. Golden coins.
The valuable is near.
Compose yourself. You surpassed me before, yet I wonder, was it your mastery over our craft? Or did the fates themselves perhaps provide a little nudge?
Come, headmistress. If I could be provoked that easily, I'd stand no chance at all. Not even if the fates desired otherwise.
Good fortune seldom comes to those in no position to receive it. Show. Crossed flames awaken!
So much for silken armor.
survived against me, and for that you're owed a gift. May you learn well through it, Melinoi.
The Book of Shadows. Outlasted her. In you go.
Beneath the outer edge of Erebus extends a hidden region of the underworld, known only to few, and navigable only by fewer still.
Let's hope so. He's there.
Ah, there you are. You have returned. Or lost your way, perhaps, in those interminable passageways beyond.
I know where I'm going. Whom do I address? And what are you doing here yourself in such a place?
My name and business are not your concern. Is that not what you said? Ah, the impertinence of the youth of this age.
Wait. Ugh, that's cold. The peerless work of Master Daedalus. Felt that for sure. Vaporized. My father. Return to Shadow now. Ugh. Get up, Mel.
What can I say? It's a Supergiant game. It's inherently fantastic. Overall, I think it's just like a consummate, sequel. It feels like, exactly what you would want from a Hades sequel. It's just feels amazing, it sounds amazing, it looks amazing, it's just absolutely incredible. You can't go wrong with checking this out. I know some people are going to be like, well, I don't wanna, I don't wanna, play this before the 1.0, which is fair. Absolutely, but already as is, this is absolutely, it absolutely murders, like, AAA games. Already. Which is not surprising. Supergiant have always kind of had, like, I don't know how to put it that doesn't sound like condescending to, you know, other games. It feels phenomenal. Like, it's just absolutely transcendental, I guess. But oh god, that makes me sound pretentious, which I am. But, you know, not really something that's fun to feel like or sound like. And also it doesn't really get to what makes it, you know, tick. As ever, I think just they're at the top of their game as always. Like, this feels like the perfect execution of what it's going for. It feels like the dream, you know, not just Hades sequel, but like the dream execution of this particular concept. Like, even if Hades didn't exist, this would still be like phenomenal. Obviously need to play more of it before I can have any assessments as to, you know, whether this unseats my current tentative game of the year, or whether or not I think it's, you know, how it stacks up to Hades, Pyre, Transistor, Bastion. I think what may end up happening is that it just ends up being on that super giant level of excellence, to where it's just like trying to say Hades is better than Transistor is like, what the fuck are you saying kind of shit. So it may end up being like that, though obviously with it being a sequel, and it's not like I was saying before, it's not like such a revolutionary sequel that it, you know, it's not like a Darkest Dungeon 2, you know, where it's still Darkest Dungeon, but it feels so different, so unique. It is not just, you know, and the thing is Hades is not a game that really anything else feels like yet. You don't have Hades-likes yet. You have a couple of games which are going for that kind of feel, but they aren't yet. They aren't there yet. Whereas if you compare, like, there are dozens, not even dozens, hundreds of Enter the Gungeon style games. Already you have, like, literally hundreds of Vampire Survivors inspired games, even though they're like Magic Survival, the game that Vampire Survivors ripped off. So let's not mix up where that genre came from. It did not come from Vampire Survivors. Tangent aside, Hades, there's nothing else quite like it. You have games which kind of land on the same spectrum of quality, but they aren't going for the same thing. Like Dead Cells, for instance. Dead Cells is absolutely like on par with Hades, but Hades, but Dead Cells and Hades are completely different in terms of game feel, mechanics, general design. So like the ethos, the feel, the world, the storytelling, Hades is a very particular thing. Even like Pyre and fucking Transistor and Bastion, they feel like Supergiant games, but they don't feel like Hades 0.5, you know. Like, you can definitely trace back where, you know, Hades, or where Supergiant have come and gone to from their ludography, but Hades 2 is kind of like, it's the only game of theirs so far which is so iterative, but it's still going in bold new directions, which, you know, are building on top of Hades 1. And it feels like the perfect kind of sequel. Well, not a perfect kind, because that suggests that there's only one good kind of, like perfect kind of sequel, which I don't believe is the case. I like that, say for instance, Darkest Dungeon goes in a complete 180 from Darkest Dungeon 1 in a lot of aspects, in terms of its design and feel and combat. Well, not its combat, but like its gameplay of, you know, instead of, you know, dungeon crawling, you're on a carriage back. Hades 2, absolutely, you can tell that this is a Hades game, like, instantly. It, you know, has all of the iconic sound effects. I think it's fair to call them iconic, even though the game is not that old. It came out in 1.0 like 4 years ago, but it initially came out in early access like 2019, 2020. I think it was 2018 maybe that Hades came into early access on Epic. I am very glad that Hades 2 is on Steam first, so that I don't have to buy it twice. Because I would've. And considering how amazing this game is, I absolutely would not mind forking up $60 in total for it, because it just is that good. Again, I do need more time with it before I have like any strong assessments, like I should say concrete assessments. I do have very strong opinions on it so far, which is that I fucking love it. I'll be streaming again soon, considering that. Just based off of these first impressions, the top 25 has another spot locked in. Like, this is absolutely what I was hoping for. Like, that being said, the real interesting question, I think, is, would I prefer if they had gone with something completely new, like they had done before? To an extent, I think, oh, this is Supergiant's first sequel, does lend that novelty, but I also just fucking love seeing them, like, build out these new magnificent worlds. Now, I do like seeing this one being expanded. I love the world of Hades. I love what they're, you know, and how they're expanding it. I love the new characters, like Apollo. I love his design. I love, what was her name? The goddess of fire. Greek goddess of fire. Hestia. Hestia, her design is phenomenal. Minor critique. And this is just on first play, this issue may be smoothed out over time with more, knowledge and experience of how to play it. But I did find myself getting caught on terrain a little bit more than I did in the first Hades. I didn't have as many moments then where I was, like, oh, I didn't expect me to run into that little, little bit of terrain quite. But again, that may just be like a personal thing, something which over time, I get more used to. And to be fair, like when I first played Hades, I was like, ooh, is this gonna be a little too much visually? To where I don't know, when I'm hitting and when I'm being hit. And I got over that, like, real quick. Like, absolutely there is a game flow where once you tap into it with Hades 1, that is not an issue. Like, the visual splendor of it doesn't get in the way of clarity, like 99% of the time. Same thing, hopefully, in this case, and I wouldn't be surprised if that is, but I need more time to have that kind of, perspective, I suppose. Yawning. I love the writing still, like, just, I love everything about this, pretty much. Like, the combat feels, like, outstanding. The music and the sound effects and the voice acting are, as ever, phenomenal. I need to check in the settings to see. I do like that they have, auto fire? Optionally press and hold. Okay. Music subtitles? I'm just curious. Disable screensaver. I'm just curious as to auto advanced dialogue. That's what I need. Auto advanced dialogue. Because sometimes I will accidentally cut out the the dialogue, and with it being Hades, you don't like really ever get repeats, so of dialogue. So we'll definitely be checking more of this out soon. We'll do a deeper delve live, and then I think from there we may do another stream or two, and thereafter this will be like a fixture on the channel as like VODs. It's just wonderful altogether. It's a Supergiant game. What can you say? They don't make bad games. They don't make decent games. They don't make merely good games. They always make exceptional ones. They always take their time and then craft these ornate masterpieces. And that remains the case with Hades 2. Hades 2 is absolutely just... I'm gonna make sure that the music... There. This should make it a little bit more interesting background music. But, like... I lost my thread. This is absolutely a game where I just want to get lost in it, you know. Oh, one thing I wanted to say is kind of like the idea of, well, where people will be like, oh, I want to wait till the 1.0. And I was saying before how that's fair. I see that standpoint. Personally, though, I couldn't resist checking out an early access, and now that I have, it's a game where I want to see that, like, progression of it over time as it gets improved, as things get added. I do see, like, the value in waiting until it's fully complete before diving in. But there is something exciting about seeing these cooks in the kitchen and seeing them, you know, spin up this exquisite... Oh god, I'm gonna fucking get real pretentious right now. This exquisite meal. Like, it is absolutely unstoppable. And I absolutely see myself spending many, many hours in it. It's a Supergiant game, always going to be a softball down the center of the plate. I do hope that they take a break from Hades next time and do something completely new. Again, I just think it would be a shame to not see more of Supergiant's creativity in new, bold worlds. If they do end up doing a Hades 3, and again, I'm not opposed to that concept. I love Hades. It is, of all the games that they've done yet, it's the only one of them so far that feels like it could become a series. And not as... I don't mean that as like a knock on any of their previous games. They just have that standalone feel to them. Hades 1 absolutely did have that, but it also has... You know, it has that natural looping feel to it because it's a roguelite. To where it absolutely is believable that you can argue, hey, Hades works with getting a sequel. Hades 1 did as well, or wait, what am I saying? Hades 1 is like the only Supergiant game where I've been like, oh, this could get a sequel. That makes sense that they're doing a sequel. If they did a Pyre 2, I would be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, it would be, I would buy it, I would play it, but I would not, I would be looking at it side-eyed, you know, more so than I believe Supergiant deserves, with them being as, like, they've proven themselves. They've proven that they, at this point in human history, Supergiant can do no wrong. But I would still be like, that game had a pretty finite and, well, set of endings. Like, can we not just let that one be as it is? Hades doesn't have that. It doesn't have that, like... It doesn't feel as precious in that sense, to where it's like, don't lay another finger on this masterpiece. Leave us wanting more, but don't give us more. Hades, it's like, I would be happy if they just were like, hey, we're gonna go move on to another game, which is in a new fantasy world, or sci-fi fantasy, like Transistor, and Pyro was more steampunk, but regardless. If they were like, hey, we're gonna go move on to another one-word, fantasy game, which is all standalone, with action RPG elements, which is what they've always done. Like, I would be absolutely content with that. That they are, obviously doing a Hades 2, working on this to get it to 1.0 eventually. I still commend that. But I'm seeing the timeline where Supergiant just becomes a Hades machine, where the next game they do is Hades 2, Hades 3, and then after that it's Hades 4 and 5. And I wouldn't, take umbrage with that completely, because I love Hades, I love Supergiant. I am like 95% sure that every single one of those would be outstanding in their own ways, but I want to see them being able to, not just do what they want. I absolutely assumed that they wanted to do Hades 2, that this wasn't just like a commercial decision. That I believe that would be quite a rude assumption, which I would not levy. I think I was actually right in saying level first. Fuck. Like, Hades is phenomenal, but I want to have, times where Supergiant is not just doing Hades, where they're pushing themselves to do completely new things, and then, every, other, or every 2 other games, they do another Hades game. That's the timeline I'm hoping that we're in, but I would not at all be surprised if they did end up doing Hades. Like, just, oh, we're a Hades machine now. With the world now being so contentified, where it's like, oh, everything's gotta be a fucking franchise, everything's gotta be, like, the biggest thing ever, or shut everything down, fuck Hi-Fi Rush, fuck, being able to keep, doing a Roller Drome 2, because they don't make enough money, and where fans are like, just give me more of the same thing, give me more of, give me more of the thing that I like. I love that Supergiant was, for such a long time, this bastion of standalone stories, where it's like, there's no world where Bastion 2 is a thing without it being, like, drastically different, to the point where it's like, why is it even called Bastion 2? Like, what more story is there to tell with Transistor? There isn't. Like, Transistor is just Transistor. There is never going to be a Transistor 2. At least I hope not. I hope Supergiant knows better. And granted, I say that, but I'm sure they know their worlds better than I do, despite being a massive fan of theirs. To where they might just be like, no, like, next we'll do Transistor 2 after Hades 2. If they wanted to do that, I would, like I said, I'd give it a fair shake. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was, like, a Game of the Year contender. Like, I am, like, 80% sure that Hades 2 here is either going to be my Game of the Year this year or next year. Or whenever it comes out of early access. Because it is Hades, but it is a sequel, you know. Like it's not just Hades, but Hades is the thing that gets the door open, and it's like, oh, I already know kind of what to expect in terms of like, oh, this is gonna fucking take over my life for like a couple of months, or in this case, if I end up following the early access development, potentially years. So I've been rambling quite a bit. And even the frogs croaking in the background are like, get the fuck on with your life, Melody. Go kiss your girlfriend instead of continually talking about, you know, Hades without a script to where you're just like babbling incoherently. Which I will do after I say thank you to everyone who stopped by and checked out the stream. Thank you again to Dan for, you know, helping with getting Hades 2 here. And absolutely, this is a recommendation. I'm doing a thumbs up despite the fact that I will never do webcam on here. Like, you're not gonna see that I'm doing a thumbs up, but you can feel it, right? You can feel that I'm doing a Roger Ebert, Gene Siskel like thumbs up. Like, Hades 2 is exactly what you were expecting. It is Hades, but, you know, expanded upon in interesting and fresh ways. It is another Supergiant game, which means it is exceptional, where it feels like it would stand on its own. And it is just absolutely packed to the gills with detail and excellent design, phenomenal combat and music and voice acting, and, you know, Hades 2 is absolutely worth checking out if you want to, you know. Let me actually check the store page and see. For at least through the end of 2024. Okay, so in all likelihood, this will be a 2025 full release. The polish is also here too. Absolutely. Hades 2 in early access already has more environments, photos, and fully voice-acted characters than the full version of the original Hades game, but it is incomplete. Oh god. Depending on the duration of early access and the scope of additional content we add to Hades 2 over time, we may raise the retail price at a later point. Okay, completely fair. Already, this game is for sure worth $30. It's worth more than a AAA game as far as I'm concerned. If they put this out at $60, I would not have, like, I would have been like, for my wallet, but for the sake of, like, the art being as exceptional as it is, I would be like, oh, fair. You know, like Hades is the fact that Hades and Hades 2 are not $60 says more about the state of games and what we value than it does about the games themselves, because they are both fully robust games where, like, you can spend hundreds of hours on them, like you could, like you know, an empty Ubisoft-ified open world. You could absolutely do that, for sure. For sure. But you'd have a better time, in all likelihood, with Hades, and Hades 2 here, and all, like, I would presume, than you would in those, because they're just so artfully crafted. You know, they are just out of this world phenomenal. So yeah, I'm gonna add timestamps to this, so folks can, if folks want to, they don't have to, you know, watch the gameplay. If they just want to hear some thoughts in the back end. I do think this game is worth picking up right now, even if you're not going to play it later, considering that proviso that they may end up raising the price of it later, once it once it gets more updates and shit. For sure, I cannot express this enough. Hades 2 is worth your time, it's worth your money, it's worth your interest. So yeah, okay. But yeah, for now, ta-ta, have a great rest of your day, and, see you soon with... I wouldn't be surprised if I do another Hades one next, but, we're gonna have some more streams, on the channel. Soon we'll be having, Dead Petals Bliss, Wildflowers. Let me see what other ones I had mentioned, because I forgot. Turnt Boy robs a bank, Cult of the Lamb, Super Lesbian Animal RPG. We may do a Cobalt Core one later. Let me see what else has come out. Oh, Balatro. Balatro is definitely going to be on the docket for streams. Are there any others? I could see Mini Shoot Adventures, but probably not. Who knows? Who knows? Stream candidates. Where's the Steam collection I have for that? I have a tab here for which ones I'm planning to do, like, soon. I may do a variety stream again. Hopefully, that series becomes less cursed than it has been. because I would absolutely love to have that one being more of a series that I don't look at with dread in my eyes. Gunsu Guardians, maybe. Who knows? I could see me doing another Gunsuit Guardians one. Now I'm just scrolling through here and seeing what feels like a good pick. Begone, Spellbook Demon Slayers. You are not going to be mainstream ever. I had it in this collection I have on Steam for games I'm considering doing streams of. Yeah, I think what I just said before, Balatro, Hades 2. Ooh, another Crab's Treasure would be a fun one. Though, the first look for that one is not out yet, and, spoiler alert, but I already did a deeper delve on it, and I fucking love that game. But that also is not out, so, when we would be jumping into it in the middle of the story. But I think folks would not mind that, considering another Crab's Treasure is a fantastic game. Like, so far... Actually, let's take a moment today, folks, to talk about what games so far this year have been outstanding. Hades 2, for sure. Undeniably. As far as I'm concerned. Crystal Comet is really cool. I need to check out 1000X Resist, which just came out today. V Rising as well came out yesterday. Balatro, The Magical Mixture Mill, Mini Shoot Adventures, Frontline Survivors, Momodora, Moonlit Farewell, Spiritfall. Spiritfall so far, actually, to the point I was saying before that nothing really feels like Hades, Spiritfall has some Hades in it, despite the gameplay of it being quite different, and the combat, and... Wait. The gameplay, the art, the music being very different, it still has that kind of, like, feel to it, somehow. Sunflower Pie, Tiny Survivors, Turnip Boy Robs a Bank, those are fantastic. Inkbound is also very good. Hover Steppers is quite excellent as well. Wizard would be if it weren't for the NFT bullshit, which means I cannot recommend it whatsoever. Scarlet Tower is very fun. Quicker Flak 2 is excellent. The 3's port is marvelous. I'm just scrolling through here now. Time Melters is terrific. Ultros is ultimate. Let me see what else I would recommend so far. So far, Starshift Rebellion, that's a game like no one's been talking about so far. So far, that one has been fantastic. I need to do a deeper delve on that. Hellcard is really cool as well. Jet Rider is hilarious fun. Rebel Transmute is excellent. Little Guardsman is quite delightful in its own right, though I'm not sure if I would put it on TAF yet, for what it's worth. And The Night is Grey is very wonderful, from what I've played so far, but I need to actually finish it before I would consider it for TAF. Yeah, those are the releases so far this year. Though I'm probably blanking on some. Or don't have them in my Steam library currently. To where me scrolling through it is going to pick them up as being games which are, 2024 releases. Anyways, point being said, so far, Graven also. Sorry. I'm losing my thread here. I'm just babbling on about shit. Also, apparently Tiny Survivors is a late 2023 release, so that would not be considered as the 2024 one. Intrinsically. I'm gonna just do a once over again. Yeah, it's absolutely up there. My question right now is if I would put Hades 2 above Balatro for this year, and potentially Mini Shoot Adventures. Those are so far the 3 Game of the Year, serious Game of the Year contenders for me. And who knows, maybe with more time, another Craps Champion, or another Craps Treasure, rather, will land in that, as well. I'm a little short of breath now, having been talking about for an hour. But getting this over the 3-hour mark would be quite the success. So I think what I may do is I may put on some tunes and then just chill out. I'll check the chat again and see if anyone said anything since Dan. Nope. So I will do that. I will put on the SLRPG soundtrack, or will I put on the Ultros one? I think I may put on the Ultros one. Okay. I'm gonna put on Glory. And yeah, I'll let it play us out. Because I think this game, Ultros, has the sound, the kind of soundtrack where it's just like, ooh, that's gonna be stuck in my craw for forever. So yeah, final thanks, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Cheers. I need to actually turn up the music a bit more so that y'all could be able to even hear it. Alright, cheers.